Hey everyone, we're back again with another cheap video for you today, and we are going to do a how-to on installing my brand new Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing.
Alright guys, as Leah just so wonderfully put it, we are going to be doing an install on a Memphis Shades Road Warrior for the 2022 Chief Dark Horse, Leah's bike. The build that we're going for with this bike, I don't know, what would you say, is kind of like Sport Chief Plus?
Yeah,
I guess. Definitely. I personally am not a huge fan of the way the Sport Chief fairing looks. I think that Memphis is a lot better.
Yeah.
And you want to get it paint matched and everything down the road. But for today, we're just going to take you through the install. Super, super easy. You need literally one tool. So we're going to hop right in and take you guys through it. Here we go.
Alright guys, so the first step in installing this thing is to get these rubber grommets into all of the little holes where the screws go in. It's kind of a tedious process. Be gentle with it. You don't want to rip them. Just be patient. You'll get them in there. It's not that hard.
Okay guys, so now that you've got your little rubber grommets in there, that's the first step. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these are the front side of the little washers. You can see they're going to mount up just like that. Pop them through the hole in here, and then kind of tricky because you got to kind of line all this up, but you're going to take your little wing bracket here. This is what actually attaches to the bike, and then these go through and in like this. You got to get them both in there lined up and everything. Put the screws on the back side. That's kind of the only little tricky part, and then you only need one other part for this install, a 7/16 or 11 millimeter socket wrench, and yeah.
All right, so now we're going to attach the mounting brackets to the forks. So I'm going to take this smaller piece first with the ridges on it, get that on my bike, and then I'll take this piece, slide it on here, and then I fit it into one of the ridges that fits best. So for me, it was this second ridge there. Then I'll grab my screw.
And the screw goes on through the side that has the little notch in it. You can kind of see it's got a little indent.
And I'm gonna tighten it a little bit, but I am gonna leave it loose until I have all of them on there. All right, so now we've got all 4 clamps on the bike. One thing to note is that you wanna make sure that your clamps are all about 2 inches apart here so that you have some room. And then this area, when we get it, is pretty tight. So we're gonna go in and loosen everything up here just a little bit so that we've got some breathing room, and we've got the same wiggle room here too.
You want to make sure that these little pucks are loosened up so that they have a little play in them. That way you get like maximum adjustability when you try to do the next step, which is put the fairing on and put it in place. We also went ahead and put on the lighting extension block. We actually did that ahead of time before we even started filming today. This is super easy. The light just mounts up to these 2 screws on the bottom. This block raises it up about, what is that, about 2 inches or so. And then they have these little discs that come with the kit as well. It's kind of hard to see back there, but those will stick the headlight out so you get your headlight in the right spot to put the fairing on. So should we go ahead and you ready to do that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we have all of the brackets nice and loose, ready to be messed with here. We have them close to, like, you know, where they're gonna sit, but basically we have the wing brackets fully torqued down here. And what we're gonna do, you just wanna put this in place where it's gonna go, lock them onto all of their different mounting points. You kind of just, you know, go around and make sure it's in place. So you can kind of see, you wanna center it as much as you can. So we're a little off right now. We're just gonna kind of adjust that to get it in place, and then we'll show you what the next step is.
So this is why we say you want to keep everything loose before you actually get your fairing all adjusted where you want it, is because you want to be able to maneuver it into the right position and then tighten everything down. Keep everything loose, get it all installed, and then make sure it's all tight.
Did you wear a Harley Davidson sweatshirt out of spite?
Maybe.
It's every time you're standing next to my bike, you have your Harley Davidson sweatshirt.
I gotta rep, you know? Gotta rep the brand.
I wear Harley sweatshirts when I work on your bike.
You don't work on my bike. It's the truth.
There's no need for you to be a butthole. You could represent, you know, the family brand.
Ah, the family brand. Is that what it is?
One day. We'll win over your hearts with the better bikes.
Right. Right.
The better bike. All right, now that we've got the fairing on, we're gonna go ahead and put the actual windshield on. It's personal preference, but we waited to do the fairing first before adding this on. So we'll just go ahead and line her up.
So these are the screws for the mounting hardware. You can see we've got the front part and the back part. So Leah's gonna take one of the fronts and just kind of slot it in through one of the holes. Now, if you have long fingernails like her, you could probably get away with just sticking a fingernail in there. It has a, flathead screw thing, but don't use a screwdriver to put these in. Just take the little back piece, just like that, and just twist it on the back. That's all you want to do. These screws are made of plastic. If you over tighten them, they will break. So just finger tight and make sure it's nice and snug. You should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and put the rest of those on, and we'll show you the final product in just a second. So be right back. Alrighty guys, there she is. What are you showing off? That's how, yeah, there you go. So there it is, all nice and installed, looking real good. I think this looks so much better than the Sport Chief fairing, personally. I think the guys at Memphis, as always, knocked it out of the park. I think it's the best fairing you can get for this bike, at least currently, for sure. But 15-inch windshield, sitting. Leah, how tall are you?
5'6".
5'6", and your head height is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Like right above the fairing. So it sits a little bit lower, I would say, than like typically where you're used to for like a Harley or something like that. But no, I think it looks really good. We're gonna go ahead and cut the video short right now. This is, let's call it episode 1 of the Sport Chief Plus build, but we'll get you a full review once we're done and show you all our thoughts. But thanks you guys for tuning in. Leah, do you remember the sign off?
See you in the next one.
Yeah, there you go. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Later, y'all. See you in the next one.